Hey everybody, this is Pastor Barry with some thoughts on personal growth. It was quite a few years ago now that I had finished a series of sermons at the church, and as I was stepping down from the platform, somebody pulled me aside and he said, "So is today your last Sunday?" And I said, "Yeah, it is. My last Sunday preaching. Steve will be back next week." And he said, "Well, that's too bad." And I didn't quite understand what he meant, and he said, "I just prefer you over Pastor Steve." And I tried to get out of the conversation, and I walked to the back of the auditorium, and I am not making this up. Literally 30 seconds later, after that first conversation, another woman pulled me aside, another person, a woman, and said, "Is Steve going to be back next week?" And I said, "Yeah, he is." And she said, "Good. You're okay, but it's just not the same." And yeah, she's the wind beneath my wings. And one of the first people I told that story to was Steve, because I've been in churches before where I was in competition with other pastors, and let me tell you, it really, really stinks. And the simple truth of the matter is this: Steve and I, we are not in competition. We know some of you prefer one over the other, and we truly do not care. What we care about is you listening to the sermon and hopefully obeying God's word as it's presented inside of it. And the thing that I want to talk to you about today is about seeking recognition. Now, all of us, and this is important, we deserve recognition. Every single one of us, when we're doing ministry, when we're volunteering, when we're sacrificing, we deserve to be recognized for that. But the hurtful truth is simply this: we will never receive as much recognition as we deserve. We will never receive as much recognition as we deserve. And so we find ourselves in this weird spot where sometimes we want to try and do things to get the spotlight on us a little bit more. It could be, and that can lead to a lot of dangerous things. It can lead to stretching the truth. It can lead to bragging. It can lead to dominating conversations. I mean, it can lead to all kinds of things if that behavior really takes hold. But what I want to really focus on is this: you and I and all of us, we get a lot more done when we don't care who gets the credit. And that's something that I think that, especially if you are working as a team in any kind of situation, is something that everyone should consider, because of the simple fact that we won't always get the recognition that we deserve. But also, if we are afraid of that, if we fear that, then we will be less likely to do things. And if we don't worry about receiving that credit, so that when it does come, it's actually a pleasant surprise, then we are more likely to do the things that we are meant to do. Now, like I said at the beginning, recognition, you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it for the things that you do. And the simple thing is this: you want to try and balance that by keeping in mind what the ultimate goal is. And of course, when it comes to, and I am speaking primarily about ministry, but really in any kind of situation where we give of ourselves, what we need to keep in mind is that of ultimate importance is God's glory and His direction for our lives, not what I think it should be, or Pastor Steve, or anyone, but God's glory and His direction for your life. And also of ultimate importance, but second to that, is that we should be loving others and serving others. And that is, keeping those things in mind is a lifelong lesson. But the more that we are familiar with that, the more that we act on that, and we have that mindset, to be quite honest, the more we're going to want to serve, and the more that we are going to enjoy serving. So, just some food for thought. I hope you enjoy it. Do me a favor, if you think of it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all those things. Take care, and God bless.